University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amol Rajan.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge, where another two teams are about to play their first of at least two quarter-final matches. A win tonight will see them halfway to a place in the semi-finals, but they'll be relieved to know that in this round of the competition, teams can lose once without being eliminated. The team from UCL have taken the scenic route to this round after losing their opening game against the Open University. This meant they had to play an extra match against St Andrews to keep themselves in the competition, but they won that comfortably and then won their next match against the London School of Economics even more comfortably still. They've answered particularly well so far on classical music, history and most literature, with Jane Austen and modern theatre being notable exceptions. With an average score of 215 per game, let's meet the UCL team once again.
Hi, my name's Callum Jack. I'm from Sutton in South London and I'm studying for a Masters in Science Communication.
Hello, I'm Josh Mandel from North London and I'm studying for a Masters in United States History and Politics.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Olivia Holtman-Entwistle. I'm from London and I'm studying for a PhD in Human Geography.
Hi, I'm Sanjay Prabhakar. I'm also from London and I'm studying for a Masters in Science Education.
The team from Darwin College, Cambridge, are here tonight, having beaten Birkbeck University in round one and Edinburgh University in round two. In both those matches, both teams were quick on the buzzer, but a lot more cautious on conferrals, meaning overall scores stayed comparatively low. Like UCL, Darwin have been strong so far on literature, as well as on fine art and film, but have found questions on undergraduate biology rather more painful. With an average score per game of 180, let's meet the team from Darwin for the third time.
Hi, I'm Rebecca McClelland. I'm from Essex and I'm doing a PhD in optical microscopy.
Hi, I'm Sophie Willis. I'm from Derby and I'm studying for a PhD in pathology.
And their captain.
Hi, my name is Harrison Whitaker. I'm from Terre Haute, Indiana in the United States, and I'm studying for a PhD in film.
Hi, I'm Rowan Stewart. I'm from Edinburgh and I'm studying for a Masters in Linguistics.
Very nice to see you all again. I mean, you look absolutely terrified, which is slightly alarming. You definitely know how this works. So fingers on buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Good luck. I need a single short word here. The Metropolitan Museum of Art lists irony, humour, parody, pastiche, artifice, theatricality and
Darwin Whitaker.
Kitsch?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And exaggeration as key features of what concept? This concept was the theme for the 2019 Met Gala and its associated exhibition, set around the framework of a 1964 essay by Susan Sontag, in which...
UCL Holterman and Whistle.
No, it's camp. Bad luck. We'll take another starter question. Fingers on buzzers. Born in 1843, which German scientist gives his name to a set of 4 postulates, sometimes also named for Jacob Henle, that may be applied to determine whether a disease is caused by a...
Darwin Willis.
Koch.
It is Robert Koch, yes, indeed. Your bonuses then, Darwin, are 3 questions on early calculating devices. From 1597, which Italian natural philosopher designed a proportional compass or sector capable of measuring circular areas and working with square and cube roots?
No idea. Anything but Galileo, Torricelli, Galileo.
I don't know.
Galileo.
It is Galileo Galilei. From 1642, while still in his teens, which mathematician designed an arithmetic machine capable of addition and subtraction? He dedicated it to the Chancellor of France and built more than 50 examples.
Is that average too early?
No, I think it's too early. I mean, Napier built like an abacus, but I don't know why he would do it to France. Cassini, maybe? Cassini? What'd you say? I don't know. Say Cassini?
No, it's Pascal, the Pascaline. In 1673, which German pioneer of mathematical logic developed the stepped reckoner, the first device that could perform all 4 arithmetical functions?
Well, Leibniz was binary.
Yeah,
So maybe Leibniz?
It is Leibniz, well done. I'll start the question now. This is a quote. I rhyme to see myself, to set the darkness echoing. These words appear in a 1966 poem by which poet, playwright and translator, who won the 1995 Nobel Prize in Literature for his works of lyrical beauty and...
UCL Mandel.
Derek Walcott.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And ethical depth, which exalt everyday miracles and the living past. The works include collections such as Fieldwork, North and Death of a Naturalist.
Darwin Whitaker.
Seamus Heaney.
Seamus Heaney, yes. Your bonuses then, Darwin, are on married couples who are both noted artists. In each case, you simply need to give the shared surname from the description of the couple. First, the co-founders of Orphism, an early 20th century abstract art movement influenced by Cubism and characterised by vivid colours, overlapping shapes and an interest in the relationship between visual art and music.
I have no idea.
Who's
Apollinaire
Sonia?
named Orphism,
Who's
but
like Sonia Delaunay, and is that not the right bit?
I don't know. Do you know a man's name to accompany that?
No.
Delaunay?
Yes, Robert and Sonia Delaunay. Secondly, two artists associated with the Bauhaus in the 1920s, one principally known for her hand-woven textile art, the other an influential teacher and colour theorist whose major works include the Homage to the Square series.
Wonder Under Squares.
No, but it's not him. It's like how much to the square? I should know this, but I don't. It's like Elizitsky or Stella. It could be Stella, maybe. I don't
What's the
know.
last name?
Yeah. Stella?
No, that was Annie and Joseph Albers, as I think UCL knew. Bad luck. Finally, two abstract expressionists, one born in New York and the other in Rotterdam. Their respective works include a commissioned portrait of John F. Kennedy and the controversial Woman series.
De Kooning.
Yes, well done. Elaine and Willem de Kooning. Now, start a question now. Toccata for Toy Trains, inspired by a gift from Billy Wilder, and Powers of 10, an attempt to visualise the relative scale of objects in the universe, are among a number of short films made by which design team? They are better known for their architectural and furniture.
UCL Mandel.
Eames.
Yep, Charles and Ray Eames. You're out of negative numbers. Well done, UCL. It all gets going from here. 3 questions for you on an emperor. Known during his reign as the Xuantong Emperor, who was the last emperor of the Qing dynasty and China's last ruling emperor?
Pu
I don't know. Something like that, I think.
Pu Li.
Yeah, go for that.
Nominate Mandel.
Pu Li.
No, it was Puyi. Bad luck. Can't accept that. Bad luck. Which general secured the abdication of Puyi and the end of the Qing dynasty in 1912 and was made president of the new republic following a deal with the leader of the Revolutionary Alliance, Sun Yat-sen?
Is it Chiang Kai-shek?
Should we try?
Don't think so, but I don't have anything else.
Chiang Kai-shek?
Yeah.
Chiang Kai-shek?
No, it's Yuan Shikai. In 1934, Puyi accepted the Japanese offer to become emperor of what Japanese puppet state, establishing the Qing dynasty's historic homeland? He held this position until his arrest at the end of World War II.
Manchukuo.
Nominate Mandel.
Manchukuo or Manchuria.
Yes, correct. Well done. Yes. Picture round now. And for your picture starter, you'll see a quotation in Latin. For 10 points, I want you to name the book of the Bible that begins with these words.
UCL Prabhakar.
Genesis.
No, you're going to have a bit more time, but you may not confer, Darwin.
Darwin Stewart.
Mark.
No, it's St. John's Gospel. We'll take your picture bonuses in a second. Now, let's start a question now. The isolated and sparsely populated state of Roraima is the location of which country's most northerly point? The state shares its name with a sandstone mountain thought to be about 2 billion years old, which is situated at its country's borders with Venezuela and...
UCL Mandel.
Brazil.
It is Brazil. Well done. Your picture bonuses then, UCL. Having seen the opening words of St. John's Gospel for your picture starter, your picture bonuses will be 3 more quotations from that Gospel. Again, you'll see them in Latin, and this time, I want you to translate them. All are quotes that have passed into common use in English. First, give the sense of these words spoken by Jesus.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yes. Second, give the sense of these words.
let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Yes. Finally, these words.
Jesus
Cry.
wept.
Jesus wept.
It is Jesus' work. Well done. Let's start the question now. In game theory, for a non-cooperative game with 2 or more players, an outcome in which no player can gain by unilaterally changing their own strategy, assuming other players' chosen strategies remain the same, is known as an equilibrium named after which...
Darwin Whittaker.
Nash.
It is the great Nash, yes. 3 questions for you, Darwin, on recent winners of the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. Directed by Audrey Diwan, the 2021 winner is an adaptation of which autobiographical novel of 2000 by Annie Ernaux, which centres on a young woman's attempts to procure an illegal abortion?
It's happening.
Yeah.
Happening.
Yes. Laura Poitras won the 2022 Golden Lion for her documentary All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. The film concerns which US artist...
Nan Golden.
Yes. Which film by Chloe Zhao, based on a book by Jessica Bruder, won the Golden Lion in 2020? It also won the Academy Award for...
Nomadland.
It is Nomadland. Well done. Now let's start the question now. The Roman Emperor Claudius wrote on the history of which people and their civilization...
Darwin Whittaker.
The Etruscans.
Well done. It is the Etruscans. Your bonuses, Darwin, are 3 questions on the work of the Swedish pharmaceutical chemist Carl Wilhelm Scheele. In 1769, Scheele isolated what common plant acid with a basic formula C4H6O6? Found notably in grapes, its potassium salt is a byproduct of winemaking and it is a common ingredient in commercial baking powder.
Tartaric acid?
Yes.
Yeah. Tartaric acid?
Yes. Invented by Scheele in 1775, Scheele's green is a vivid emerald pigment that was used widely in paint and wallpaper throughout the 19th century, despite it being highly poisonous due to containing which toxic group 15 element?
15 could be phosphorus.
Is that toxic?
Let me think. Or
Give us something.
yeah, try phosphorus.
Phosphorus?
No, it's arsenic. Scheele also developed a method for extracting which other group 15 element from animal bones instead of from urine. This enabled it to be produced in much greater volume and contributed to Sweden becoming a major producer of matches.
That's phosphorus.
This is phosphorus, yeah, phosphorus.
That is phosphorus, yes. No further question now. In a 1966 study which tested whether the American pronunciation of the post-vocalic R sound changed depending on social class, sociolinguist William Labov collected speech data by asking salespeople in a variety of New York...
Darwin Stewart.
4th floor.
It is 4th floor, well done. Yes, your bonuses, Darwin, are 3 questions on the top 10 restaurants of 2023, according to the annual World's 50 Best Restaurants poll of industry experts. Which South American capital city is home to 2 of the 2023 top 10? Central, rated number 1, and Maido at number 6. The latter specialises in Nikkei cuisine, a style of food that emerged from Japanese immigrants to this country.
Lima.
Lima?
Yes. The founders of Disfrutar in Barcelona, ranked 2nd on the 2023 list, had previously worked together under Ferran Adrià at which pioneering Spanish restaurant? It topped the world's best list 5 times between 2002 and 2009.
We have no idea, yeah. Hacienda.
No, that's El Bulli. Founded by Rasmus Munk, the 5th place restaurant, Alchemist, is located in which European capital? This city is home to 2 restaurants that have previously topped the list, Geranium and Noma.
Copenhagen, yeah. Copenhagen.
Yes. Now let's start the question now. According to his assistant, Leon Vitali, Stanley Kubrick's decision to cast the Grady sisters in his adaptation of The Shining as identical twins was influenced by a 1966 black and white portrait of twin...
Darwin Whittaker.
Diane Arbus.
It is Diane Arbus. Well done. Your bonuses, Darwin, are on Turkic languages. In each case, identify the language from the description. First, a language with over 10 million speakers. These are mostly in Western China, where speakers of this language are persecuted.
Uyghur.
Okay, yeah. Uyghur.
Yes. Secondly, a language of the Kipchak, or northwestern branch of the Turkic family. It has official status in the Republic of the Russian Federation, whose capital is Kazan.
Tatar, I think.
Tatar.
Yes, Tatarstan is the republic. Finally, the national language of a landlocked country that extends from the Tian Shan to the Caspian Sea.
So Kazakhstan, I guess.
So the Kazakhstani?
Kazakh.
Yes, correct, well done. Music round now, and for your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of jazz music. For 10 points, identify the soloist playing.
UCL Halterman and Whistle.
John Coltrane.
No, you can hear a bit more, Darwin, but you may not confer.
Darwin Whittaker.
Charlie Parker.
No, it was the wrong instrument. It was Miles Davis. We'll take your music bonuses in a second. I need the name of a person here. The title of physicist Harry Cliff's 2021 popular science book, How to Make an Apple Pie from Scratch, refers to a statement made by which 20th century US astronomer, whose own popular science books include The Dragons of Eden and Pale Blue Dot.
Darwin Willis.
Carl Sagan.
Yes, it is. Your music bonuses then, Darwin. For your music starter, you heard Miles Davis's My Funny Valentine performed with his first great quintet. For your bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more recordings from this quintet. And in each case, I want the name of the member you hear taking a solo. First...
Who is his pianist? Maybe Chick Corea? Chicoria?
No, it's Red Garland. Secondly,
I don't know who's John.
Me, I do not know jazz.
John. Who could it be? Buddy Rich. But he wasn't. But Buddy Rich.
no, it's Philly Joe Jones. Finally,
Who was his saxophonist? I mean, Coltrane did play with
Coltrane,
Miles
yeah.
Davis. Yeah. Coltrane.
where's John Coltrane? Yes. Another start question now. Plenty of time, UCL. Rembrandt's painting, Belshazzar's Feast, was inspired by a story in which book of the...
UCL Prabhakar.
Daniel?
Yes, it is the Book of Daniel. Your bonus is then UCL. 3 questions on loyal servants in the plays of Shakespeare. In which play does Flaminus, a servant of the title character, scornfully reject a bribe from his master's false friend and throw the money back at him, saying, "Fly, damned baseness, to him that worships thee"? Some parts of the play are thought to be the work of Thomas Middleton.
The late ones.
Yeah, it's late. I don't know.
Let's just say something.
Is it Henry VIII? Is that one Middleton? The Roman one. I sounded, yeah. Coriolanus?
Okay.
Yeah,
Say
why
that.
not?
Coriolanus.
No, it's Timon of Athens. In Act 1 of which play does Pisanio pledge his loyalty to his banished master, Posthumus Leonatus, with these words, "But when to my good lord I prove untrue, I'll choke myself"?
I don't know. Again, it could be All's Well That Ends Well.
Yeah. Do we have anything else? All's well that ends well.
Cymbeline, having just warned Orlando of a plot against his life and offered him savings to help him escape, in which play does an old servant, Adam, declare, "Master, go on, I will follow thee to the last gasp with truth and loyalty"?
That is, I think that's, the one with Rosalind.
Oh.
As You Like It.
As you like it?
I think so.
As you like it?
It is, yes, well done. Think about this, another start question. Decolonising the Mind, the Politics of Language in African Literature is a 1986 essay...
Darwin Whittaker.
Ngugi wa Thiong'o.
Well done. Yes, it is. Your bonuses are on mammals of Madagascar. In each case, the answer is a single short word. What 6-letter name is given to a family of small insectivorous mammals endemic to Madagascar? Variously described as shrew-like and hedgehog-like, species include aquatic, streaked and lesser hedgehog.
6 letters. I have no
I
idea.
only have
Yeah,
lemurs.
so pass.
Tenrec. The subfamily Nisomyinae, part of the Muroidea clade, consists of the only mammals native to Madagascar of what large order?
I'm not even getting a vibe. Yeah, marsupials. Is that large? Is that an order even? I don't know. I like marsupials.
Yeah, they're not large.
Marsupials.
It's rodents. The Siphakas ii and Indri are among Madagascan primates known by what general name?
These lemurs? Yeah, they're all lemurs, right? Yeah, lemurs.
Yes, correct, well done. Let's start the question. Listen carefully and answer as soon as your name is called. What number is obtained by adding the number of pairs of cranial nerves in the human body to the number of pairs of ribs in the human body?
UCL Halterman and Entwistle.
48.
No,
Darwin Willis.
24.
it is 12 plus 12, 24. These bonuses for you then, Darwin, are on an opera. Premiered in 1984, which Philip Glass opera is concerned with the life of an Egyptian pharaoh and his attempt to establish a monotheistic religion centred on the sun?
Akhenaten.
Yes. In the opera, the role of Akhenaten requires which voice type? Other roles sung by singers with this voice type include David in Handel's Saul and Oberon in Benjamin Britten's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Feels like it would be low.
It's, yeah, it's
Yeah, so it could be bass even, or baritone.
I don't know.
Take your pick.
Whatever you feel.
Bass.
No, it's the exact opposite. It's countertenor. The opera begins with the funeral of Akhenaten's father, Amenhotep III, where his ghostly figure recites passages from what collection of texts?
Like the Book of the Dead.
Yeah,
The Book of the Dead.
It is the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Well done. Let's start the question. A major work of 1874 by the British philosopher Henry Sidgwick was titled The Methods of what branch of philosophy? The methods discussed being egoism, intuitionism and utilitarianism.
Darwin Whittaker.
Ethics.
It is ethics, yes. Your bonus is then the 3 questions on a philosopher. Which French philosopher's works include the 1965 essay collection 4 Marx, which advanced the idea of an epistemological break between Marx's early Hegelian work and his later work, which he characterised as more scientific?
I think for Marx's Althusser. Okay. Yeah. Althusser?
Yes, that's right. In an essay of 1970, what 3-word term did Althusser coin to denote institutions such as schools, churches or media outlets that may be used to inculcate ideas that reinforce the control of a dominant class? This term is often abbreviated to ISA.
Something apparatus.
All right, so IS.
Ideological state apparatus.
Yes, that's right. Finally, in the same essay, Althusser argues that such apparatuses position individuals in approved social roles through acts of direct or indirect hailing, and discusses the example of a police officer calling out to a person in the street. What single-word term does he introduce for this process?
Interpolation.
Yes, that's right. Let's start the question. It's a picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph. For 10 points, name both the people pictured.
Darwin Whittaker.
Orson Welles and Rita Hayworth.
It is indeed, yes. For your picture starter, you saw actor and director Orson Welles and actress Rita Hayworth, who were married for a brief time in the 1940s. Your picture bonuses, Darwin, will be 3 more pairs of film directors and actresses who were also married in the 40s and 50s. In each case, name both people pictured. First, this couple.
I kind of recognize that guy, but I actually have no idea, so I think we should probably pass. Yeah. We will pass.
Ingrid Bergman and Roberto Rossellini. Secondly.
Yeah.
Is that Bridget Bardot?
Bridget Bardot.
Bridget Bardot, and then who was she married to? Is it Roger Vadim? No, he was married to Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't know, though. Who could it be? Antonioni?
Yeah, okay.
Antonioni and Bridget Bardot?
Bad luck. It was Bridget Bardot and Roger Vadim. Bad luck. And finally.
What, so that... Just Judy Garland?
Yeah,
is
Judy
it?
Garland.
Am I crazy?
I think it is, yeah.
And then what? Who's she? Was she married to? Vincent? Was she married to Vincent Minnelli? Yeah, Vincent. Yeah.
Yes,
Judy Garland and Vincent Minnelli.
Yes, that's right. Let's start the question. This is a quote. We know no spectacle so ridiculous as the British public in one of its periodical fits of morality. These words appear in an essay of 1843 by which politician and writer, the author of the multi-volume History of England and the collection Lays of Ancient Rome?
UCL Mantle.
Macaulay.
It is Thomas Babington Macaulay. Well done. Your bonuses, UCL, are on the winners of the EU's Access City Award, which recognises cities that have prioritised accessibility for disabled people. Name each city from the description. First, a city in North Brabant, close to the border with Belgium. It gives its name to a declaration made in 1660 by Charles II, who was in exile there, and a treaty that ended the Second Anglo-Dutch War.
Breda.
Yes. Secondly, a city in Castile-Leon, situated on the Adaja River. Its Old Town, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is surrounded by a notably intact set of medieval walls, featuring 87 towers and 9 gates.
Could be Toledo.
I was thinking Toledo.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I don't know
why.
where the river is.
Toledo.
No, that's Avila. Finally, another walled city which lies on the River Dee in northwest England. It was founded by the Romans in the 1st century CE.
York.
Northwest.
Chester.
Oh, yeah.
Chester or Lancaster. I don't know.
I don't think Lancaster's walled, is it?
Let's say Chester.
Chester.
Yes, it is Chester. Well done. In music, what 4-letter abbreviation is used to refer to the most common combination of singing voices in a choir or...
UCL Mantle.
SATB.
Well done. Yes, your bonuses then are 3 questions on genetic mutations. What term is used to describe a point mutation within a gene that creates a premature stop codon, leading to early termination of protein synthesis?
Nonsense.
Or is it deletion? Is it
No,
like one of
because
those?
deletion it can still code.
Okay.
Nonsense.
Yes. What term describes mutations where a number of nucleotides that are not a multiple of 3 are either added or deleted from a protein-coding gene? The resulting mutation leads to the synthesis of a completely different protein product?
Missense.
No, it's frame shift mutation. What name is used of a point mutation that changes the codon sequence but does not change the amino acid that it codes for?
That's a single nucleotide polymorphism, isn't it? That's
No. I think, is that missense?
Oh, maybe then. I don't know.
Missense.
No, it's a silent mutation. Let's start the question now. From a Greek word meaning sprout or bud, what combining form appears in several terms relating to the early development of the human embryo, preceding, for example, cyst and mere?
Darwin McClelland.
Proto?
No. UCL?
UCL Prabhakar.
Blast.
Yes, I'll accept that. Blast or blaster. Your bonuses in UCL, 3 questions on duty and expediency. Born in 551 BCE, which thinker contrasted the small or petty person who considers expediency or profit with the junzi, variously translated as exemplary person, moral person, or gentleman?
Confucius.
Yes, The Conflict Between the Right and the Expedient is a title of Book 3 of On Duties, a work by which Roman, a contemporary of Julius Caesar?
Duties. I don't know. I mean, Cicero's a contemporary.
Yeah.
Cicero.
Yes, in which 1815 novel does Mr. Knightley criticise Frank Churchill for failing to follow his duty and...
Emma.
Yeah, it is Emma, well done. Which British singer-songwriter wrote Orlam, a coming-of-age narrative poem in Dorset vernacular, published...
Darwin Whittaker.
PJ Harvey.
PJ Harvey, yes. Your bonuses are 3 questions now on the former Southeast Asia Treaty Organisation, or SEATO. In 1954, a pact signed in which city, and often known by its name, led to the creation of the SEATO?
Is it Manila? It rings a bell. I really don't know. Yeah.
My first thought was Surabaya, but for no reason at all. So
That's quite crazy. I like it though. Yeah. Okay, Surabaya.
No, it's Manila. Along with the Philippines, which was the only other country of the 8 in the organisation that was actually located in Southeast Asia. The organisation's headquarters were located in its capital?
Vietnam.
Malaysia. I don't
Vietnam.
No, it's Thailand. The creation of SEATO took place under the tenure of which US Secretary of State, who saw the treaty as a no trespassing sign, warning Beijing and Moscow not to threaten the region?
I don't even know when this is. Kissinger?
know.
Kissinger?
No, it was John Foster Dulles. Used in French and Spanish, but less common in English. What does the geographical term septentrional indicate? The first part of this word refers to the 7 stars of the Plough in the Great Bear constellation, and it is the opposite of meridional.
UCL Mandel.
Tropical?
No. Anyone from Darwin?
Darwin Whittaker.
Azimuthal.
No, it's north. Let's start the question. The name of what bird follows magpie, pygmy, and spur-winged in the names of 3 water birds? It also precedes green in the name of a settlement on the Falkland Islands.
UCL Mandel.
Goose.
It is indeed goose. Your bonuses are on classical poetic verse forms. In each case, name the form from the description. All answers begin with the same letter. Sometimes called a bucolic and related to the idyll. This is a dramatic pastoral poem discussing social or political issues in a pleasant rural setting. An example is Andrew Marvell's Nymph complaining for the death of her fawn.
Could be a Georgic.
Georgic.
Bad luck, that's an eclogue. A lyric poem used for the blessing of a wedding. An example is a work by Spenser celebrating his marriage in 1594 to Elizabeth Boyle.
That's an epithalamion, but didn't he say they begin with the same 3 letters? Just the same letters.
And at the goal, UCL of 120 and Darwin College Cambridge of 225. Well, it was epithalamion, which you knew, Josh. And I've got to say that sort of summarises your entire performance, where you knew all the answers to all the bonuses those guys got. It's such bad luck that you guys fell behind when you did, because it was a tremendous comeback at the end, but you just sort of fell behind at the beginning and never did come back. But it's not goodbye, because we get to see you again. I try not to single out individuals, but Harrison, you were absolutely on fire there. That was absolutely tremendous. And 225 at this stage of the competition against such a strong team is... well, it's scary for those who are going to watch you. So well done, and we shall see you again. You're halfway through to the semi-finals. Congratulations. I hope you can join us next time for another quarter-final. But until then, it is goodbye for now from UCL.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye for now from Darwin College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
And goodbye for now from me. Goodbye.